Is the week marking the return to class for many school communities, and it comes after a year of both in-person and remote learning prompted by the COVID-19 pandemic.
A recent article from the Associated Press found that the number of students in Pennsylvania who repeated a grade more than doubled following the pandemic. Our Tom Kowalski spoke with a local school official today to see if students are part locally of those statistics. So Tom, what did you find out tonight?
Now, Mike and Eva, during the pandemic, it turns out Pennsylvania actually passed a law which gave parents the ability to give their students essentially a redo for their academic year. And it turns out a lot of parents took up that deal, as the number of students who redid that year and redid a grade jumped from 20,000 to over 45,000 students. We spoke to local school districts about how their students did during the pandemic. For most students, September brings a return to school, with new clothes, new haircuts, and new teachers. But for others, it can mean having to repeat a class or even an entire grade. And that's especially true following 2 years of online learning due to COVID. According to the Associated Press, the number of students in Pennsylvania who were held back in the years following the pandemic jumped from around 20,000 to over 45,000 students. But unlike many Pennsylvania schools, Mill Creek Township School District didn't have to hold any students back.
Fortunately for us, we do not have a significant number of students who have to repeat grades. As a matter of fact, what we focus primarily on are students who we've seen some learning loss in, and we're providing really solid intervention programs for those students.
The Associated Press also reported that the average national score for a 9-year-old's math score dropped by 7 points, and the average reading score fell by 5 points. So how did Mill Creek students avoid these drops in scores?
We offer summer school free of charge to all of our students in the appearance for the last 2 summers. And we've seen the benefits of that. So case in point, this past summer, we've seen a 98% success rate of students who've taken summer schools.
Additionally, they provided their students with mental health resources during the difficult times of COVID.
Just given the challenges with COVID and some of the vicissitudes of COVID, if you may, the socio-emotional well-being of our students. And so we hired 4 additional mental health counselors who support students across the district.
Now, as Dr. Roberts said, because they were proactive during the pandemic and offered free summer schools, free summer school sessions, students were able to relatively remain on track following the pandemic. And it seems like they are on track to have their first normal school year since 2019. Additionally, Erie Public Schools also held free summer school sessions. But live from McDowell High School, Tom Kowalski, Erie News Now.